happening at regional and continental level as well, that necessitates for children from different countries in SADC to also be a part of. And these are the to do with children on the move issues that we're dealing with, to do with the establishment of the SADC protocol we are engaged in. And finally, we want to develop a regional plan. And this regional plan would facilitate for us to have a mini committee that can help civil society organizations, and particularly Crnsa, because Crnsa at regional level represents all the SADC civil society organizations at national level, to actually now push this regional plan and ensure that the regional plan has resources, that we have both the technical and the financial backup for us to be able to pull through this plan. And we hope that we can have such an output at the end of this engagement. Now, perhaps we move on to the program just to run through and see what's there. Don't mind time, we will manage time such that we don't take forever in here. But the first thing is that we've done already, the opening remarks, the dealing with the objectives, shortly. After that, we're going to dive straight into the presentations by children. Remember, today it's all about we're going to be listening to children from Angola, Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, and Namibia. And they're going to be sharing their experiences, their structures at country level, as well as share some of the initiatives that they've been involved in and the impact that they are seeing as a result of their involvement in those initiatives, or impact existing because of their influence through those structures. And then later on, we'll then hear from Malawi, Mozambique, South Africa, Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe on the same issues. And then we'll later on hear from partners, particularly dealing with issues around children and vulnerable situations, where we are going to hear from TDH about children on the move, as well as Save the Children. If you can move down a little, Jenny. You can move. You can. Great. And then we will hear about just an update about the SADC Child Protocol. Where are we, how far, and what's the next steps? And then also hear about the Pan-African Child-led organization, how far it is in its formation, what the next steps are, and so on. And then later on, back to children, we will get reflections in terms of what needs to be improved or changed in 2022, given the experiences, given the structures that children are involved in, particularly in ensuring that we realize the principle of child participation. And as we do that reflection, we'll be mapping opportunities in terms of what is in existence, where, how do we improve that going forward. We will also then have elections of the mini committee that will facilitate for that regional plan to take place. And then we'll have the message in terms of what are children taking, because children that are participating today are not all children from their country, and therefore they are of their country. And we need to understand what their take-home message is that they can pass to their peers, or that they are going to be given feedback to their structures. And then, of course, we'll close and have those announcements. But in between, of course, we're going to have breaks, but we are also going to have groups, especially when we are doing the reflections and when we are doing the lections. We make sure that it's as fun as we possibly can, given our approach on using the online system. I am not sure if Zambian children are here already. If they are, right this minute, we need to be handing over to Zambia and Mozambique to now take us through the program. But before we go there, we want to, hear from yourselves as children in terms of what are you expecting from this meeting. Where you were invited, you were mobilized as you sat together with your peers and you're preparing for this meeting. What is it that you are expecting to get out of this meeting, so that we can also ensure that expectations or that expectations are met by the other countries, if that would be your expectation. So perhaps we can put those expectations on the chat box, and then we will show to read those out. What are you expecting, Malawi, from this meeting? When it's all said and done, what is the one thing that you would have expected or you feel should not be left out of this meeting? That's the question, just so that we make sure that people it really is meaningful participation, because we are also answering your expectations.
Okay.
So please just type on the chat box. But if you want to speak, I think we can also allow that.
Okay. My name is Michael from Doha district, especially Doha North district. I am a children parliamentarian. On this meeting, our expectation is that during this period of COVID-19, the schools will not be closed, and that whatever we are going to speak here will be regarded by the government of Malawi, so that the Malawi can be well organized the country according to the rights of children. Some of them are this.
Great, thank you so much. Okay, I hope you had what you said around COVID-19 and closure of schools, and from Malawi. Let's hear other expectations, and then we can come back to these later on to evaluate whether or not we have been able to address the issues. Namibia, what are your expectations?
If you want to speak and you don't have a microphone, please lift up your hand and we'll allow you to speak. Because this is a children's meeting, we don't allow everybody to speak because of safeguarding. But if you want to speak, we can allow you. Just lift up your hand and we'll unmute you and you'll be able to speak.
Namibia, your expectations? You can either speak or just write them down on the chat box, please. Mozambique? What are your expectations? There's something written on the chat box. So if you can help interpreters, please. Interpreters, if you can help us to translate rather, what's on the chat box from English, please. Can you hear me? I think I'm just talking to myself.
Can hear you.
Oh, great. Thanks, Mitch. Interpreters. Babu, can you see the chat box? Can you help us understand what Mozambicans are saying? Thank you, Zimbabwe. Thank you. Is it Tino? Let me see. Thank you, Tino. We note your expectation of sharing and learning from other countries in terms of what they are doing to promote effective child participation. Thank you so much, Tino. Thank you, Zimbabwe. The other one is from Botswana. And the expectation is that we can have more meetings, even if there is the pandemic, so that they can get different information and views from different countries to enhance their understanding. And then also opportunities nationally and internationally for all children, no matter their background, like what we are doing here today. Thank you so much, Botswana, Tiamo. Interpreters, did you manage to help us, Babu? Did you manage to help us interpret what Mozambicans had put on the chat box? Ah, great, great. Okay, I see that now. That Mozambique had requested the floor. Yeah, they muted. Mozambique, are they muted so they can speak? Mozambique, you can go ahead and speak. I think the one using the gadget, Reddit Crnsa, we have allowed you to speak. Please unmute yourself and speak. Mozambique? Mozambique. Babu, if you can help me, Mozambique, to speak, the one that's using the name Crnsa, they can go ahead and speak. I'm not sure what's happening. Mozambique. I saw Beira as well. Can you speak?
Não sei se vai dar.
Oh, finally.
Já está.
Thank you.
Então, bom dia. Conseguem me ouvir?
Perfeitamente.
Muito, muito obrigada. Nós, em Moçambique,
We hope to
aprendizado.
gain knowledge from this meeting.
Esperamos
We
que seja
hope that it will be productive and we'll be able to bring this, we'll be able to live here motivated. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much. Other expectations on the chat box, we will read these out. But I see one which says that there is an expectation to get to discuss matters that are hindering child participation. That would be great. How we can improve child participation in programming, that would be great. Tanzania as well, to learn, to share how children are engaged on their affairs at different levels. Great. We are going to take all these expectations and then we'll create a table later as we end the meeting just to show whether or not some of those expectations have been met. Having said that,
yes, Emma, they're saying they're ready. Let's Emma.
Oh, great. Lesotho, please go ahead. Great.
And I'm a child rights ambassador from Lesotho Child Rights Ambassadors. And our expectation today is to get new ideas from the other countries we'll be in this meeting with, and to listen to the structures they are using in their countries, and if we can also try to implement the structures they are using into our country. Thank you.
Are there more from Lesotho? Thank you to the two that have already indicated what you expect congratulations from Lesotho. Are there more before we move on?
No, that's all we have.
Great. Thank you so much. We are going to move to the next item on the agenda, which is the actual you talking to us or talking to each other in terms of sharing your experiences. But before we do that, maybe an icebreaker to get us to appreciate the next session. Jenny, do you have an icebreaker for us?
I'm getting ready for that. So I was trying to promote people so that you can do all this, but I think the next one we're going to do it. I want us, all of us, to stand up. Can you all stand up? And if your camera is on, I want you to switch on your camera. Just stand up. I can't see people standing up. Thank you, Malawi. Let's all stand up. Letsema, please, let's all stand up. I tried to promote you, Letsema, but you guys were not didn't want to be promoted. I'm going to try one more time. Let's all stand up.
Can you see Malawi group?
Yes, I can see Malawi. Then and then if you have a group of children with you, I would want you all, please lift up your hand so I can promote you, because I want to do all of us. Even please can you all guys. Felicitas, please stand up. We want to see your face. Let's all stand up. If you have a group of children, okay, thank you, Komoto. I'm promoting you. Anna, I'm promoting you. Mitch, please switch on your camera. We can see you're there, but you don't want to switch on your camera. Okay, let's go. Head and shoulders, and we're going to do it like pretty fast. 1, 2, go. Head, knees and toes, knees and toes. Let's all do it. Head and shoulders. Shoulders, toes, eyes, nose, and mouth. And now I want us to do all of it like pretty fast. Okay? 1, 2, go. Shoulders, knees and toes, head and shoulders, knees and toes, ears, eyes. Okay. Like really fast. Let's all shake ourselves. I can't see. Anybody can see Felicitas? I can't see Felicitas. Anyone see Felicitas? Anyone see Felicitas? Okay. Okay, Mitch, I can't see you.
What must we do?
Let's see. Okay, 1, 2, go. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, ears, eyes, nose, and mouth. 1, 2, go. Let's go faster. 1, 2, go. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, ears, eyes, nose. Like really, really fast now. 1, 2, go. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, ears, nose, and mouth. Now very, 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 very fast. 1, 2, go. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, ears, eyes, nose, and mouth. Whoo! Let's all breathe in. Breathe out. Again, let's go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Thank you very much, guys. Mitch, you can't be participating in the background. We want to see you. Okay. So the next team to speak is Angola. I don't think I saw Angola. Angola, if you have your presentation, and if you're there, please lift up your hand so I can promote you. Angola.
I don't think they're here yet. Let's move on to Botswana. Botswana?
Botswana, I think I
Is
saw
it
Botswana.
Junior?
Yeah, I saw Kwamotso.
Yes, it's Junior
There's
Shapiro.
also Junior Churo. Their hand is up. I don't know who is speaking.
Junior Shapiro. I don't have the
Please go
camera
ahead.
Good morning. Am I
You don't
audible?
have your camera?
I don't have my camera option,
Oh, okay.
but I'll
Okay.
continue.
Just give me a second, I promote you. You have to accept to be promoted. Okay. Which other country? I want Eswatini and Namibia. Please lift up your hand so I can promote you. South Africa, Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Please lift up your hand so that I can promote you. Thank you. But the one who is
Hello.
Hi, Junior. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning to everyone. In Botswana, child participation, all the children, let me say, we have child representatives where we are elected into a forum we call the District Children's Consultative Forum. Each and every district in Botswana has this forum, which consists of 10 children, 10 representatives. After that, we have the National Children Consultative Forum, which now works at national level. These two committees ensure that children's voices are heard, children participate in national decisions that affect them. The involvement of children in Botswana, children are involved in different things. For example, children can be called during the June 16th celebration, the Day of the African Child, for them to come and present on different issues. And also children can also be called in Botswana to come and participate in the Children's Day commemorations. For example, I was part of the I was a panelist in the Children's Day commemoration in Kazula last year with the 4 presidents from Zambia, Namibia, Zimbabwe, and our education system of Botswana and how COVID-19 has impacted it. Generally, in children platform for them to speak out their views, to speak out their challenges, and most of the time you find out that children are allowed to say whatever they want to say. Generally, child participation is there, but I wouldn't say it's at a point where we children we say it's good, where we say we are satisfied. We need to participate more on decision making at national level. Yeah, we need the government to involve us when they are making decisions that are affecting children. But the government has tried its best, but I feel like it's not enough. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Junior from Botswana. Is there any additional information from that engage in at national level and some of the initiatives that you have done through those structures? Botswana, any additional information? Junior, do you are you with other children there? Is there anyone else who wants to add, particularly around the structures that you guys are involved in?
I believe there are
Okay,
other
you can go ahead.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chantal Onele. I would like to talk about the structures in district level in Botswana. The district commissioner is the overseer. He has a committee composed of extension workers.
Sorry to interrupt you. Just a second. We want to see you.
Thank you.
Jenny, can you help us promote Unele?
She needs to agree to be promoted.
Okay. Chantal, do you see an icon that requests you to be promoted? Please accept it so that we can see you on camera. Yes. Chantal?
Hello. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. My name is Chantal Onele. I would like to talk about the structures at district level in Botswana. This committee is the overseer. He has a committee composed of extension workers. For example, social workers, health personnel, police, the people with disability, and child representatives. The same structure is at the sub-district and the village level. In our schools, we have guidance teachers, chairperson, and deputy of the child participation. We also have class monitors, ministers. All this advocate in child participation for children to speak out, to fight for their rights. To fight for their rights and understand what this forum means. Lastly, we are the running of these organizations. We are part of the running of these organizations. Thank you very much.
Let's all give Chantal clapping emojis, guys. Let me see clapping emojis.
Clapping emojis. Thank you so much, Chantal. That was wonderful. Thank you. So we got to appreciate some of the structures that are there that facilitate child participation in your country. I see another person from Botswana, Unaludo. Do you want to say something? Do you want to add to the two speakers?
Yes, please.
Please go ahead. I see your hand up. Okay, please go ahead. Please go ahead, Isaac. And unmute yourself, Isaac. We can't hear you. Your mic.
Okay, you can hear me now.
Loud and clear. Please go ahead.
All right. Good morning to everyone. I'm just going to add on to what Junior and Chantal has already spoken. we do have this initiative of NCCF, which is National Children's Consultative Forum, and NCC, which is National Children's Consultative, like where children and other elders in our country, especially government, our social workers, our president, are involved in helping children to get more information about these forums. As she has already stated that they are at district level, sub-district level, national, even in schools, we are trying to increase it right now. But I feel like it's still lacking because there's not a lot of children in Botswana who know about this initiative, which is like a problem here. But I believe that as we are continuing this forum, they'll get more input, more information about this Children's Representative Council, about the forum, about our rights. So if they can know about this forum, if they can know that there's a place where where their voices can be heard, where people can hear them out, and they can be able to fight for what's right, for their voices to be heard, I think it'll be very good for Botswana and other nations here in Africa. All right, that's all I have.
Great, thank you so much. And I'm sure as we are listening to the first country, Botswana, we are also seeing whether there are similarities and differences in terms of their experiences, but also in terms of their challenges, especially what Isaac has just said around not many children being conversant with some of the consultative forums that are in existence. Thank you so much, Isaac, to Team Botswana. We move on to the next team. We will do the comparison in terms of similarities and differences later on, so that we really do appreciate the structures that are existing at national level in all SADC countries. We are going to move on to the next country, which is Eswatini. Eswatini, if you are here, please take it away.
Hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Morning, Akwana, please go ahead. We can hear you. Is there a way that we can make Lamini visible? Video.
She needs to accept to be promoted.
Can you see me? Okay.
Great. Oh, there are many of you there. Hello.
Okay, so here in Eswatini, we normally have elections to elect members in the parliament. So youths are normally given the platform to choose. Sometimes we also have meetings in the community to discuss matters that affect and people that are going to run the community, such as what do you call this in a but I'll just skip it. Children maybe and youths are not given the opportunity to talk in the community about such matters that are. So we ask and we hope that they provide us enough platform to speak about and share views on how the community can improve and how to treat children in the community. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna just to check. You were saying that the structures that you guys belong to are which ones?
What? Can you please come again?
I was saying, I didn't hear you correctly when you were talking about the structures. I think I heard you talking about elections, but maybe you can repeat that for me. What structures do you have in Eswatini that perhaps you guys belong to? Do you have a children consultative forum like the Botswana team was saying? Or what else were they saying? They have guidance and counseling teachers, structures that facilitate for child participation. Which ones do you have in Eswatini?
The only platforms that we have here are in school. We have guidance teachers that look into matters that are pertaining children and their views, but they're not enough. That is the only platform we have as kids.
Great, thank you so much. Akwana, are there any more colleagues of yours in the room there that want to add something to the presentation you've just made? If there is, please, they have this opportunity to add into what you have presented.
Maybe to add, like I said, at school we have guidance teachers that help us with matters of children. But recently, in this pandemic, schools were closed and reopening again. But during those crises, due to the lack of children being given the platform to express themselves, we faced a situation where kids were striking. They didn't want to go to school, so that was caused by not having enough platforms for children to express themselves. Like the situation happening again, we just precisely to open enough platforms for us.
Great.
And
great. Without make, Okay. And schools, are you guys okay now? Are you back to schools? Police and soldiers are off the roads, off the schools. Is everything back to normal now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great.
Yeah. I was saying that everything is back to normal now. Schools have been open like a week ago, so yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. Great. Thank you so much, Akwana, and your team there for making us understand what it is that is happening in particularly around child participation. Thank you so much. As we listen to these presentations, I really think we need to start looking for those things that perhaps make it the same across countries, and for those things that are unique for each country, because as we do the reflection later on, we need to reflect those things in terms of what we need to be improving this year going forward, particularly around child participation or child development in methods that make us uniquely similar as SADC countries, but also for those that perhaps are making us different as different countries within the SADC region. Okay, we move on to Lesotho, and after Lesotho, we have Namibia. Lesotho. Eswatini, you are allowed to switch off your camera. We see the beautiful boys and girls, and how you are listening attentively. I like how I see the map on there. Thank you so much. Lesotho. Hi.
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. Please go ahead. And if possible, we would want to see your camera so that we appreciate who is talking to us. Great.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I am Tona Fatsatimile from the Letsema Child Rights Network Ambassadors. This is a child-led organization brought together by children from different Letsema member organizations under the umbrella of the Letsema Child Rights Network. We aim to advocate against the violation of children's rights and also to grant freedom of expression, which contributes to child development. Today, under child participation, we'll be focusing on our experiences, impacts, lessons learned, and structures we have at national level, as well as the improvements we need to make it too. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I am from Letsema Child Rights Ambassadors. I will be presenting about the experiences. We got involved in the tree planting that was held in Tababsigo and Morija. We learned more about climate change and global warming. We were able to mobilize other children who lived with mental health issues because of COVID-19 restrictions, disabilities, and children living on the street, and had also launched the Teen Enlightened Therapy, where we were able to help other children with mental care. We were also able to express our views on how COVID-19 has changed our lives at homes and schools. We also participated on the Day of African Children, where we remembered what happened to the African children who were fighting for African independence. We met with the chairperson of the social cluster, where we expressed it and plead with him to take our views to the parliament. The children with chronic illnesses were able to express their views on how COVID-19 has brought changes into their lives. We also launched the child-led organization, which attracted the officials to join us.
Good morning. My name is Hojan. Excuse me. Good morning. My name is Hojan, Child Rights Ambassador. Since our formation, the Letsema Child Rights Ambassadors have created an empowering platform for children and youth, giving them a voice for confident self-expression. We children have significant awareness of child rights and issues, particularly on and beyond COVID-19 issues and restrictions, and on children's health care in Lesotho. Moreover, we have communicated with very influential figures from various organizations, including the United Nations, the and have developed regular communication with the government of Lesotho. Lastly, have communication skills and research skills and have become more aware of our environment and our rights as children.
Good morning, everybody. I'm from Letsema Child Rights Ambassador. I am going to present about structures we have at national level towards child participation. We have child rights clubs, children's movement and networks, child-led organizations, district child protection teams, children parliament in World Vision, being involved with the parliamentarians. Its purpose is to teach children new skills and allow them to pursue a favorite hobby or activity. Is to empower children by giving them a voice in their own affairs and can be especially powerful in their advocacy efforts, and is to educate people about children's rights. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mogele Matipi, and I'm a child rights ambassador. I'm going to present about the lessons we've learned from child participation. Child participation helps the development of children and youth. When we talk about development of children and youth, we talk of how they grow up and how they deliberate themselves from their own fears and say their perspective on issues that affect them directly. And we also talk about skills they acquire from participating in decision-making, self-confidence and self-esteem. They feel proud of what they can do, and self-esteem helps them cope with mistakes. It helps them try again even after they failed at first. As a result, it helps them at school, at home, and with friends. Children are able to express their feelings. They say how they feel about issues that affect them and how they want them to be dealt with. The importance for children to participate in decision making. It gives them an opportunity to have a say about issues and decisions that affect them, learn new skills, have fun, and develop a closer connection to their community. As a result, programs and services created for children will better reflect their needs. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Naledi Nkani, and with all this being said, I'd like to conclude and say that since the formation of the Letsema Child Rights Ambassadors, we have become stronger due to our experiences, achievements, and challenges. These are all the things that molded us to be the voice that we are today. And would also like to say that we are highly grateful for the frameworks that we have, which have been supporting us and guiding us into becoming who we are, and looking at child participation and saying that we are finally involved. Thank you. That's all that we had. Thank you.
Great. Great. Thank you so much. And the style of presentation was also great when we had different people talking. And we have taken all of those, especially your involvement and the structure that you engage from. Thank you so much, the child ambassadors. And we'll talk later in terms of the similarities and differences that we have and that we are learning through those structures. Once again, thank you, Lesotho. We move on to Namibia. Namibia? Namibia.
Good morning. Namibia is coming up now.
Okay, great. Okay.
Unmute.
Good morning, everybody. Today I will be representing Namibia, and when I say I mean here, as in all the youth that is with me today. I'll make my country presentation very short. As for the first point, what have been the experiences with child participation? I believe in our participation is, in short, very good, but it could be better. And the structures at country level, what is in existence and how maybe their views, their dismays, and etc. For example, our two notable platforms would be the Children Parliament and Returning Child at Lifeline Childline. The Children Parliament was implemented in 2007. It was made for the sole purpose of for children to voice their views at a country level. This coast, and as for Returning Childline Radio, it is a radio that was made for the children, by the children, which is constantly run by children. Basically, Returning Childline Radio has the motto, "We talk about what you talk about." So, to summarize, Namibia has had what I may say a good standing when it comes to children's initiatives, but this is not the end and it could be better. Thank you, CRNSA. That is all.
Great. Thank you so much. Is there anyone make additional contribution to your presentation, or move on? Thank you so much, Namibia.
Yes,
and later on, I think we need to expand more about the parliament aspect, just so we get to appreciate how it works and some of the impact that it's making, perhaps to the bigger parliament. Thank you so much, Namibia. Is there additional information to the presentation before we move on?
Just one more thing to add. Namibia has also implemented the Junior City Council. The Junior City Council is it handles city-wide affairs, which acts under and as you requested earlier, we will add on the Children's Parliament.
Great. Thank you so much once again. Please allow us to go until 10:30 so that we can push the countries. And right now we are going to go straight into the second leg, and there we are going to Malawi. Malawi?
Malawi, I thought I saw you there. Are you there, or you dropped off? But I can see Malawi still there.
Yeah, we are here. Great. Please go ahead and yeah, I see there are many of you there. Very nice. I also heard that the other ones were in the long way, the other ones were in as a demo. You can switch on your mic and you can start talking. Thank you so much.
Can you come please? Really? What is it?
Okay, that's all. All right, thank you. I'm Daniel Baraka from Malawi, specifically it's a refugee camp. Structures, child-led structures, which are here in Malawi, we talk of student clubs, which from schools will have child corners or child clubs. A good example in the camp, we have club girls grade Tico, of which arts club, it's a club which is more concerned with empowering or advancing the children through arts. Girls grade Tico movement, as the name suggests itself, it's a which is both online and offsite, equal representation, and in leadership positions and the likes. And then from there, it goes far to child parliament. Child parliament starts from community level. So like in Salika refugee camp, there's a child parliament. From community level, it will go, that is maybe to district like Doha, Neno, Mwanza, and the likes. From district level, it goes up to national level. Child parliament is to speak for the voice of the children in the whole Malawi. A good example is that last year, that is 2021, children were able to be represented nationwide at the National Children's Parliament in Malawi after a long break. Another structure which we'll talk of is Youth Advisory Panel, which is a platform for youths from 14 to 24. This platform, since it also incorporates children, because the child is someone who is below the age of 18, so it's also considered to be a platform which is raising the voice of the children in Malawi. So it also starts from the community level, district level, and goes as far as national level. So in as far as child participation is concerned in Malawi, these are the key platforms which children use to voice out their issues. Whenever there's an issue to do with matters which concern children, the children from these platforms are called to participate in those decisions and present the issues of their fellow children. While talking of the experience of child participation in Malawi as a country, and yes, in Malawi as a country, would say currently we are doing good, though it's not reaching to the satisfaction of the children, and that's why we still have forums or meetings like this where we have to lament more and advocate for more space. If I say we are doing good, I'll give an example of saying that maybe a refugee child is now being recognized at national level to go and represent in the National Children's Parliament. That is a very good step. We'll talk of having the children going to with the president of the country, which happened last year on the Day of an African Child. That's a very good step. We talk of panel discussions which happen maybe on the International Day of an African Child, on the International Day of a Girl Child. That's a very good step for children to go and voice out their issues. But then we still feel left behind because not in all initiatives which involve children, where children would go and participate. A good example is during the COVID pandemic, which had to hit very much in 2020 and schools were closed. But then how were the voices of children considered in taking the decisions? Were they really reminding of what would be the impact of the decisions on children? No, because they did not listen to the voices of the children. The decisions were just made in a hurry. Let's take an example to say the decision, they just closed schools. And then they come up with, let's open schools, but then they'll be learning online. Yet we have children from different areas. Some were able to access the education online using computers and smartphones. Some were using radios, and some were just seated at home, nothing. Now, if you check, these are decisions which had to bring inequality to education during the pandemic, and that's why the voices of the youth should be much concerned. Something else which we'll talk of is to deal with issues which were raised during the National Children's Parliament. If you check issues which are happening in Malawi, let's take off abuse and exploitation. There are the same issues happening in South Africa. There are the same issues happening in Ethiopia, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique. But then we have such platforms which would unite all the children from Africa to go and discuss those issues, because we believe that a more collaborative effort, a more joint effort would be at global level or at an international level. It's what would bring a change. It's what would bring what we need, because it would even mobilize more funds for the initiatives which we are planning. Because as long as the children are facing the same issues, we also believe that all these children together, sitting together,
We seem to have lost Malawi there. But we had had a lot, particularly around their engagement and the structures that are there. We will give them time when they come back. Oh, they're back. Okay. Please continue, Malawi. You can switch on your mic and you can continue.
Yeah. Okay, I was talking of more helping the children raise their voices, because the voices of the children, the problems which children are facing in all these countries, they are just the same. So if they come to finding the solutions to the problems which the children are facing, okay, and then I was talking of the influence to say that children are now able to know their rights and responsibilities, and wherever they feel like they are infringed or they have to raise their voices, they can do so, and they are doing so. The parents have been convinced to some extent that they're even giving their children a voice in family decisions, which this was not the case in the past, where parents would take all the decisions on their own without even including the children. They would always be like, we were once children, we know what you want. But today, the children are being called in family meetings, in family decisions, and their voice is being inserted and they are being considered. That's also another vital step and another good thing which we have done. My colleagues can come in to add on whatever I have said.
Great. Thank you so much. Colleagues, please, Eddie.
All right, thank you. That's all from Malawi. This side specifically from SADC.
Oh, great. Great. Thank you so much. This was a very elaborative presentation, particularly of sharing your experiences and the structures that you're engaged in. We learned a lot. I just want to check, because in Malawi, you are in 2 different cities. I want to check if the other Malawi group would want to add something. If not, then we can move on.
Just give them a minute. I've just promoted Henry. So
great.
Yeah.
When they are done, Mozambique, please get ready.
And also Zambia. I need to know who is speaking from Zambia and Zimbabwe.
Hi, my name is Chamampange from Malawi in Lilongwe. Another platform for child participation is Child Reference Group. In Child Reference Group, we take some cases that are affecting children in their homes, and we come together to discuss them and their solutions. And we also take discussions which we discuss here in Child Reference Group and take them to our friends and in other rural areas. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Esther Piri from Doha, and I'm here to talk about the participation of children. I will talk about the challenges the children that are meeting with. Most children in our rural communities are not participating in development programs or decision-making programs, which is pathetic. They are just repeat of the already made decision. However, I feel it's high time they need to. They need to take part. We too have a vital role to play in development. Our country, we are the future leaders, hence need to be given a chance to voice our concerns. Thank you very much.
Are there more additions now in the long way, or that was the last segment? Oh, great. Please go ahead.
As I has already said, my name is Michael Blessings from Malawi. I just want to add on what my colleague Balaka Damian from Mozambique refugee camp has already said. That's the other platform that the children go and address their problems that face in their communities is children's parliament. It is true that we start in the community level, then we go at district level, then we go at the national level. As he said that last year we had some parliamentary meeting in the parliament. It was the whole nation of Malawi. meeting there and address their views to the government. I am very proud of our democratic government, which even allows the children to voice out their views in order to build up our country, more especially in defending the children's lives. What I can say is that we are calling for some more organizations which should be there in our communities to make it affordable, that the many children are participating very well in defending their rights. I'm saying so because it is a limited number of children that are that are exposed very well to say what they are feeling that the government can do. This is very patriotic meeting, not only in Malawi, but we can say about whole Southern Africa. What I can say this morning is that the organization should continue, and the government itself should take part in taking the chance to children's parliament so that they can voice out their views. I'm saying so because many of children's that goes to the children's parliament are sponsored by non-governmental organizations. So I'm calling for the government itself to support for the children's parliament so that we can build the better Malawi as well as the Southern Africa. Thank you.
Very informative. Thank you so much. Any more additions from Congress?
My name is Toela Panda from Malawi, especially Doha. I want to talk about the challenges which children in Malawi are meeting with. The first challenge which I want to talk about is poverty. Many children are not participating in classes because they are lacking needs, basic needs, e.g. clothes and food, whereby they cannot have, like, in terms of food, or they go to school while they're hungry, they can't participate, like, to have more concentration in their education, since in their body, the nutrition, like I said, that the energy is not enough for them to understand or to concentrate what the teacher is saying. Another thing we can talk of challenges. Another point is distance. Many schools are very far from their homes, whereby they reach to their school where they are tired. For them to participate, or maybe to study when they are back from school, is tough, which is reducing the performance of children in our country. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Are there more additions from Malawi, from the Longo team. Any more additions, Malawi, before we move on to Mozambique?
I'm Gloria Jamanga from Malawi. Another challenges we are facing here in Malawi is child labor. In Malawi, both women and men, they are laboring young children to work in their homes and to work in their plantations or farms. By stopping them going to school, which may lead to poor performance and not doing well in class. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a very interesting one around child labor. And I think we also need to talk about this issue, particularly to understand the issue around homes. Who is the employer? Where do they get the kids? Who do they talk to? And then issues around plantations. Who are the owners of those plantations, and who do they engage with? Your mic is off. You were saying something to us. Cameraman, you were saying something. The mic was off. Malawi, and the chapter on with the camera, you were saying something to us, but the mic was off. But I'm assuming that you were saying that's all from Malawi, right?
Yes,
Great.
that's all from Malawi.
Great. Thank you so much, Malawi, from both the two teams. We move on to Mozambique to make their presentation, and after Mozambique, we're going to take a 10-minute health break, after which we will then continue with the next country. Mozambique, the floor is yours.
Muito obrigada. Agradecia se fosse ligada a câmera.
I'd like to thank you. Kindly allow me to put on my camera, please. Help me to put on my camera.
He needs to accept to be promoted.
Good morning. My name is Larissa Labode. I'm from Maputo, and I'm representing children from 7 provinces that participate in this meeting. Before doing my presentation, I'd like to introduce my classmates, my colleagues here. These are my colleagues. Now, I'll pass to my colleague who will sing for us. Thank you very much. Morning. My name is Agis, and I will represent. First of all, the title of the song is Mozambican Children. Sorry.
Nesta vida temos sempre que nos unir. Quando a pátria pretender a gente a sofrer sem necessidade, pois a guerra é a pior calamidade. Podemos em vão fingir todos os dias que um dia a mudança chegará. Somos todos parte, somos todos uma grande nação. Somos crianças moçambicanas, queremos ter um futuro melhor. Pela paz cantamos e por ela caminhamos ao longo de uma vida bem melhor. Somos crianças moçambicanas, queremos ter um futuro melhor. Pela paz cantamos e por ela caminhamos ao longo de uma vida bem melhor. Cheias de paz. Nesta vida estamos sempre que é o caminho para a paz e o futuro de união é o segredo do amor. Não queremos mais sofrer, somos irmãos, somos crianças moçambicanas, queremos ter um futuro melhor. Pela paz cantamos e por ela caminhamos ao longo de uma vida bem melhor. E com a harmonia construímos a nação. Escolhe o teu caminho, queres paz ou destruição? Vem com humildade construir a amizade, onde todos nos amamos de verdade. Somos crianças. Queremos ter um futuro melhor. Cantamos e por ela caminhamos ao longo de uma vida bem melhor. Cheias de paz.
Wow! So, Felicitas, I think we need to sing the last verse and let's see which country can be able to dance the best. So let's see, even myself, we are all gonna dance salsa. Let's see. Okay, she needs to sing one more time and let's all stand up. I want to see all cameras on. I want to see cameras on. Let's all stand up and then we are going to dance. Okay, Mozambique, you can help us to dance. Let's see all the cameras on. Cameras on, guys. Cameras on. I know people here are going to fall out now, people. Let's all stand up now. You can sing so all of us can dance. Go on, you can start singing now.
Somos crianças moçambicanas, queremos ter um futuro melhor. Pela paz cantamos e caminhamos ao longo de uma vida bem melhor. Somos crianças moçambicanas, queremos ter um futuro melhor. Pela paz e por ela caminhamos
Wow, that was impressive. And you got all of us dancing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful to actually see everyone in the cameras actually doing that thing, eh? Thank you so much, Mozambique, and you can continue.
Muito obrigada. Muito obrigada.
Thank you very much for enjoying our dance and our song. Now I'll do the presentation for it. What are the rights of the children? Mozambique ratified this event. Like the African
Unidas sobre os Direitos da Criança.
also the UN Charter on Rights of Children. Mozambique committed itself in implementation of the
2030. A nível do país,
SDGs 2030 in the country.
E outros
We
importantes.
had the following laws enacted and other important documents law on the protection of children and also trafficking, human trafficking, especially women and children, law on the minors, and also for fighting early marriages. Also, we have a national plan for children action and also against the child labor strategies for eliminating early marriages and also the integral development of the child, among others. About the experience from as a result of our participation in Mozambique, they have been productive. We feel honored to feel the freedom to express ourselves that affect children. We have learned a lot from capacity building, workshop, among others. Therefore, we have experienced experience and ideas among children and teenagers about the rights of the children and other actions related to that. These experiences will highlight the following. We participate in TV, debates, and radio so that we can discuss topics that have to do with the rights and duties of the children. We participated in sessions of debates about early marriages, child labor, sexual abuse. Last year, we participated in the assessment of the national plan for action of children. And also, we started a new plan. We participated in the new constitution for creation of libraries, children parks, and also in the Christmas participation, we disseminated information about measures of prevention of COVID-19 in the community. We had talks about awareness in the community to learn how to say no to crime and also learning how to report any other crime against children or violence against children. We wrote a report and also we assessed the implementation of our rights and we wrote a recommendation on that. Also, we talked about our dreams and we did the presentations, part of government, international organizations, and also civil society organizations to strengthen their actions for the well-being of the child. About the structure for child participation of various organizations, civil society that work with the government and partners that allow the participation of children, such as the child parliament. That is an event where children from all over the country
e de colocar as suas inquietações e prioridades aos membros do governo, do parlamento, dos órgãos de administração, da justiça, das organizações da sociedade. O Parlamento Infantil está tutelado pelo Ministério do Gênero, Criança e Ação Social e está representado a nível distrital, provincial e nacional.
Sorry, just a minute. Are you able to take over because we can't hear Babu? I think there's some background noise or something. Straton, if you can be able to take over the interpretation, that would be much appreciated. Straton?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you.
Okay. The members of the Permanent Commission who are president of Child Parliament in different provinces. Adolescent Club is composed by children participated in different activities. In the Club B, they had opportunities to raise their issues regarding adolescents. They had the opportunity to discuss, to know the main problem which affect them. The main commitment of that club is to ensure the rights of adolescents in the community. The child program should be effective and also passed through television and radio to show rights of children. Now, there's also the need of technical assistance in terms of their participation through the Ministry of Gender, Ministry of Education and Human Development through different girls clubs, and also they serve the children, UNICEF, and also Terre des Hommes from Germany, REPSI, and also SOS, and also children networks and other organizations who work for participation of children. The child participation in Mozambique is an ongoing process because there are a lot of structures which are not involved in that participation now in different districts, especially. Impact which exists in Mozambique because of our influence in our participation was for children of girls of 14 their school, their education, because they didn't have enough money. Then they had to work much. Now, later, girls could go back to school. Now, there are different schools which are created and which could, in which there are of crimes. But there were some spaces which were created for rehabilitation of some municipalities. Now, what the children can say is that they have to work with the other children of different countries, civil society organizations, etc. We need to do more studies, to do sports, to practice reading. The children of other countries have rights to participate, and they have to continue to promote rights of children in their communities, in their countries. Children from other countries to intensify participation in all the aspects for the well-being of children in different countries. The children should get what they want, should participate in different issues which affect them regarding their needs. In 20 to participate more regarding in the matters which concern us. We need to continue to denounce all the things which affect the well-being of the children. The civil society organizations should continue to work in a coordinated manner to be able to overcome the problems with we children from Mozambique, and all we need the government to come up with the strategies to reduce violence in different cities and the districts. We need also the training for teachers in terms of sign language, and also there's a need of different people. They should continue to work together for the well-being of the children in the regions, Crnsa, in all the continent of Africa, and also at the global level. To that participation of child should be attained. Now we should also participate so that we can decide what is better for us, because nothing else. Now we need to make a decision for children, or we can get what we need. There are a lot of things to say, but we need the opportunity to express that. Now, in 2020, we need more actions and the participation of children. This forum should be an opportunity for children and also civil society organizations to continue protect the rights of children and also reduce their exposure. At the end, I would like about the different provinces: Nampula, Sofala, Nambuka, Nyambani. We thank those, and we thank work much.
Great, thank you so much. Is there additional information and session from your colleagues, Mozambique? Mozambique, was that the end of the presentation, or somebody else wants to add more information? I also realized that in Mozambique we are also in two different areas. Maybe those that are in Bemba. Is there anything else that you would want to add? Mozambique?
Pedimos para ouvir as crianças das outras províncias que também estão.
After hear from other provinces, if they have something to add on, they have the floor, they can contribute. I would like to know if something else in as Manica, Sofala, Nyambani, if children from those provinces can maybe to add on what I have said. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you,
Felicitas. Please go ahead.
For presentation here in our province, because of the pandemic, the children had the right to participate. In different ways that affect them, but we need the participation to be improved so that they can raise problems which affect them. For example, during municipal assemblies. We need the participation of children to taught the education in schools. But as I said, children could not be invited to participate in assemblies. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tete, and we need to hear more about this municipality assemblies and what they look like and the level at which are so that we also appreciate what those engagements look like and the impact that children are making in such forums. Thank you so much. Is there anything else from Mozambique? Other colleagues that want to add before we can go for a tea break, health break? Mozambicans?
J'entends.
Someone named T.I. Nakala Photo. I can see that you're talking, but I think your mic is off. So just try and check if your mic is switched on. I'm assuming you are from Mozambique, right?
Muito obrigada, Parlamento Infantil de Nacala.
Thank you very much. I'm from Nakala.
Desde já dizer que não temos
Please go ahead.
prosseguir. Já não temos mais nada, é tudo.
We don't have much to say. That's all.
Great. Thank you so much once again, Mozambique, for sharing your experiences and how some of the structures that you're participating in actually partner initiated such as World Vision and so on. We are learning a lot from that as well. And like I said, I think we need to expand more on the municipality assemblies so that we can know what that looks like. If it's something that other countries in SADC could emulate, perhaps we can learn what the lessons are in that structure. Thank you so much. The time on my end says 11 o'clock, and I want us to stop here and go for a health break, maybe for exactly 10 minutes. Come back at 11, and then we continue with the segment. We are going to start with Angola, then go to South Africa, and then take Tanzania, and then we end with the Z countries. Thank you so much. You can go for your health break, and then we are back in the room at 11.
So before we go, I'll give you an assignment to do when you're on break. So what you're going to do, you're going to look for a song that you used to sing when you're in nursery school, okay? And then you're going to present for us. And that song has to be in your mother tongue. It doesn't have to be in Portuguese, okay? So let's go. I'll see which country can be very creative. And let's see here your voices. So you have to sing a song that you are singing when you're in nursery school, when you are in preschool, okay? Or kindergarten, I don't know, or I don't know what they are called, preschool, kindergarten, nursery school, but when you're younger, okay? And let's see, and then do that immediately after break. Okay, let's go enjoy our break. John, you can put a song for us to sing. John. Okay, we need to switch off one gadget.
I'm going to sing a song about building up the temple.
I'm going to sing a song about building up a temple.
Okay, can we see your face? Wait. Okay, and then can we see everybody open up your cameras? You want to see everybody singing, okay?
Ria cantampela, Ria cantampela, Ria cantampela ya Jesu. Basimani ritus, dish, dish, dish. Basitana ritus. Ria cantampela, Ria cantampela, Ria cantampela ya Jesu. Basitana ritus. Basimani rituse. Dish, dish, dish. Thank you.
Hamilton. Thank you. Chantal, you needed to also show us the dance move. We just saw it there. Not sure if that's how that song is then sung and the dance moves. If people have to be seated and do that. Oh, you want to show us? Great.
Did we stand up, Chantel?
Yes, I'm stand.
You stand
up.
We all stand up.
I'm standing up.
Should we stand up? I'm asking.
We can stand up.
Okay, let's all stand up then. So how are we doing it?
Ria cantampela, Ria cantampela, Ria cantampela ya Jesu. Basimani rituse, dish, dish, dish. Basisana rituse. Ria cantampela, Ria cantampela, Ria cantampela ya Jesu. We are building up the temple, building up the temple, building up the temple of the Lord. So boys, come and help us. Dish, dish, dish. So girls, come and help us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Malawi, you should get ready to give us the song next when we go on a ice break. Thank you so much, Chantal. We are moving on to Angola. Please take the floor, Angola, and make your presentation. Thank you.
Angola, sim. Estamos pronto. Bom dia. A canção.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Bom dia.
I'm not speaking English. Português.
Vou falar português. I will speak Portuguese.
Okay. Hello.
Olá.
Podemos cantar?
Can we sing? Can we sing?
Yes, you can go ahead and sing.
Somos crianças. Somos crianças. Temos nossos direitos. Somos crianças. Queremos nossos direitos. Somos o futuro da manhã. Somos crianças. Queremos nossos direitos. Somos crianças. Queremos nossos direitos. Somos o futuro da manhã. Somos crianças, queremos nosso direito. Somos crianças, queremos nosso direito. Somos o futuro da manhã.
We are children. We want our rights. We are the future of tomorrow.
Somos o futuro da manhã. Somos o futuro da manhã.
Agora, estamos agora preparados para começar com a nossa apresentação. Não sei se podemos.
Now we can start our presentation. Can you give us the go ahead to start our presentation? Can we?
Please go ahead, and thank you for that lovely song. Please go ahead.
Então vamos começar com a nossa porta-voz.
So we'll start with our spokesperson of the children, who will talk about the works that the Children's Network has been doing. So we'll have somebody to present that. This is our spokesperson. Hi, my name is Noel. I am the spokesperson now of Crnsa, Angola's network. Also the platform for Women for Action. We will talk a little bit about education and the choices that you have made about COVID during this pandemic. Education in Angola is not very good and it's precarious. With COVID, it has worsened much more. So we had support to help reading and all that has been happening in the country. There have been very many cases. So we have a place where to take these cases when they happen. My colleague will talk about that later. So I'll pass the floor to them now. Good morning. I will talk about the consequences of COVID. COVID worsened the situation in Angola in terms of education. With COVID, the education in the country became difficult. It was difficult. It became more difficult. We have children that don't go to school. They don't have resources to participate online the classes. We have some children that dropped out of school because their parents lost their jobs and many more situations. Also, their children that have been working to be able to provide for their family because the parents don't have money, they don't have any way of providing for the children. Therefore, these children are working. They don't. It doesn't matter what kind of work that they are doing. So they are looking for any kind of job so that they can provide for the family. That should change. We need to change that because children should not be working. Schools in Angola after COVID-19, many schools were not in a position to continue with classes because COVID. We need to have some materials to adapt to the new normal. We need to have sanitizers in the schools. I'm talking about conditions that allow children to be able to participate in classes. Thank you very much. My name is Gonzalez. I'll talk about
menores de idade. A exploração de Angola em menores de idade é que os pais em Angola,
parents in Angola, with the advent of COVID-19, in a difficult position because they lost their jobs.
Que tem que ser eles a fazer. Como costumava ir à escola na época de Covid, encontrava.
I used to go to school before COVID, and I met some boys selling on the streets. I felt worried when this happened. I want to call on government to make more effort so that these boys can go to school. Our country, Angola, needs support from abroad. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Pinto. I'll talk about some difficulties in Angola about education. We are on a time where this pandemic scared us as children because we've never seen something like this. We never knew that there be a disease that can ravage the world like this one. On the south, in Angola in general, there were some delays because of the pandemic. So they had to increase their time in school because we had some pupils that were about to graduate or finish their studies, but that didn't happen because of COVID-19. I don't want to say only because of COVID-19, because even before COVID, the situation was precarious. We didn't have a very advanced country often. Some people participated in crime. Therefore, the situation has worsened because of COVID. We have more guns. There's more crime in Angola. There's more unemployment. The parents are unemployed. It's difficult to work during this pandemic. So people are forced to work and they don't have the working age to carry out this work. Some people are selling biscuits. Some people are selling biscuits on the streets because they need to provide for their family. We also have other factors. We have assault. We have assaults in the country. And also, there is a child prostitution that has increased a lot. There's a lot of prostitution in Angola. It's not only COVID that affected the situation, but also we have other factors in Angolan cities. And now everybody has to wear masks, but there's many people are not wearing their mask, sanitizers, soap. People are not respecting these measures. We have decreased. We are easing some restrictions. We are in the state of emergency. On from 3rd up to now, we have been at home because we have new more cases with the new variant. Therefore, we are waiting until 16th to know how the situation will be. If we'll go to school or no. Maybe we won't go because the cases have been going up. So that will influence the situation and the delays in education that we are seeing. And also not only at the primary schools and secondary schools, universities, all peoples have been affected. I'm calling for a support from other countries to help our country to be able to overcome this situation. I would like to thank you for your kind attention. I need now to pass the floor to another colleague. I'll talk about COVID. I'll talk about domestic violence. We have had the talks about sexual health and also HIV, and also the importance of education in Angola. Showed the failures in the country. We have parents that are mistreating their children. They're taking them to their witch doctors. They're selling their children basically. So they're using their children to be able to go up in the society. Schools in Angola are not good. The teachers are not very focused. They don't have. They don't love their job. They don't have that love inside the classroom. They are not even concerned about what's happening in the close. And also the head teachers. The schools don't have good conditions. They don't have sanitizers, masks. Also, the hospitals are not good. Education is not good. Study. When they go to home, they are worried. Parents tell them that they need to study by themselves. There are many children in Angola that are sleep hungry. So they need help. because they're hungry. So the children that go around are looking for food. So the situation need to change. Thank you. Talking about child marriages. So we have the child payment, but its operation is not optimal.
E a desenvolver a educação angolana, a educação para nós jovens angolanos. A gente está sempre a ter que correr atrás para poder, pelo menos, ter
You need to
a nona classe ou as classes mais
to help the younger children. They need to go to school because they're not in a position to buy medicine, basic needs. Therefore, COVID, even before COVID, the situation was not good. So the children, after their studies, they go back and work. Therefore, the situation is difficult. When they get to home, they are abused physically, psychologically, sexually. So they work to help the addictions of the parents and also help the government because the government is not helping us. We have to, it's very it's a hassle. We are always so they humiliate us. So we don't have a chance to communicate. Therefore, the platform of women has been helping us a lot so that children can go to school. They've been helping us so that we can have at least some poise.
Junto da plataforma tem influenciado com a advocacia.
We've been influenced with advocacy and in terms of education. We have
Uma das atividades que mais acontece.
one of the activities that happens a lot
Uma das atividades que começou a ter acontecer pouco.
that started happening a little bit. We have the incentives so that people can go to school. Also, advocacy in the state budget. Therefore, I really need to thank the women platform. Because of them, we have some action. We can now express ourselves. Let's go. we are being heard a little bit. People are starting to take us as seriously. We have people who have a lot to say, but they are exploited financially. Therefore, we really need to thank the actions that this women platform has been helping us. Not only third. I want to give the floor to my colleague. Good morning. I want to call on the government to help us in schools, because we don't have soap, we don't have water, we don't have sanitizers. So we are asking the government to help us in this, because the situation is everyone for themselves at the moment. They're not helping us as citizens. So therefore, we need help. Appeal the government to help us in this situation. They need to build more schools in remote areas at Pacha. Good morning. My name is Femia. The government suspended all in-person classes. Because all establishments have been affected because of COVID-19. There have been some changes. Sorry, there's a lot of noise in the background. There's a lot of noise.
Angola, if you're using two gadgets, please make sure that the other one is kept silent. If you're using two gadgets, let the other one be silent. A new decree from January this year updates the measures of COVID-19. Angolan authorities have temporarily suspended schools in-person classes at all levels of education until February 2022. The decree was signed by the President, João Lourenço.
dos demais serviços públicos e privados, dos equipamentos sociais e outras atividades durante a vigência da calamidade pública. É só isso que eu tenho.
That's all. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. Is there anyone else making any
muito
comment? Oh, great. Okay, go ahead.
Para encerrar, só queria falar só da advocacia social para influenciar.
Talk about to influence the budget to promote the rights of our children, so that they can carry out their commitments. We have a partnership with the Women Promote Ministry. Thank you very much. Bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And that's a beautiful picture. I'm gonna just to see all of you there. And I must say that this is the first time that we've actually met Angola in such numbers of children. Thank you so much. And I hope that you get to also appreciate what other countries are presenting and see what the similarities are. I'm glad that you brought a lot of issues to the fore, particularly the different issues that are affecting children. And as we go through the regional plan, I think those are some of the things that we'll look into in terms of discussing the magnitude of those different issues in our countries and see how best we can tackle them, but particularly how best to engage with government officials and the different service providers around those issues as well, and see whether or not our different countries within the SADC region are actually doing something around the issues. So thank you so much once again, Angola. We will continue with the program. I'm also now looking at the time because we don't want to keep people here for a very long time. So we're going to move on with the program. And I request that you keep into the meeting, particularly Angola, because for me, you guys, the first time that we have engaged with children in this number. So please stay tuned so that you can hear from other countries as well. We're moving on to South Africa. South Africa, if you're here, the floor. After South Africa, we have Tanzania. And then after Tanzania, we have Zambia. After Zambia, we will have Zimbabwe. South Africa?
Okay.
And Angola, you can switch your video off. We love the beautiful picture, but you can listen to others as they speak so that they can switch theirs on. Thank you so much. I don't know if we have seen Jubilee here, Jennifer.
No, I've not seen anyone from South Africa yet. So unless they are, I've not seen. I know Zambia. Apart from Judy, I do not see any child so far. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Then let's move. Zambia, they're here. They're someone or something, but I'll look for names. But I think for now, let's move on to Tanzania, and we make them able to show their camera. I think it's my leadership on Ben who is going to facilitate for the presentation. So if we can promote them, that'll be great.
I had already promoted Ombeni earlier. He left because I can't.
Oh, there he is. All right.
Okay. Hello, Felicitas and team. We are happy to be part of this forum together with the children. We have seen that we have been promoted, but unfortunately our video is not working. If at all you can check something so that children start their presentation.
Manny, you need to switch on your camera because I can see it's off. You can switch on your camera from your side.
Yes, now it's functioning, I think. Oh.
It's going on and off, like on for a second. I don't know what's going on there. Please try again.
Okay, fine. I think something's wrong. Okay, but we can proceed.
Please proceed, but keep trying to switch on the camera. It would be great to see the children.
I don't know what's wrong. Okay. Fine, I'll keep on trying while they are proceeding.
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right, we started with the song, right?
Yes, we can do that, actually.
Hello, children from Tanzania are going to sing a song called Maua Mazuri, which means flowers are very beautiful and flowers represent children. Maua mazuri yapendeza, ukiyatazama yanameremeta, hakuna limoja lisiopendeza. Mama yukilia, toka mbali kutafuta wazuri la chakula. Mama yukilia, toka mbali kutafuta wazuri la chakula. Mama yukilia, toka mbali. Okay. Today we are going to present about how children have been participating by the government in the matter concerning us. First of all, children from Tanzania, we have been involved by the government in different matters with cooperation of non-government organizations. We have made different structures which help children to explain their challenges which they experience in their daily life. We have made different structures in different levels, starting from school, in region, and nationwide. Nationwide, we have national junior council, then we have regional children councils, and the last level is formed in schools whereby children participate in their protection clubs to express their challenges. And through this leadership, children are able to explain different challenges. Also, we have our own leaders, starting from the president to vice president, secretary, and other people. So this ensures that children are able to explain what they confidence to state in front of people and they explain their challenges. Also, children have been participating in education to other children who doesn't know education concerning their rights, their responsibilities, or children education concerning about abuse of their rights and so on. Also, government involves children in decision making while they are creating guidelines and policies concerning children. Also, children have been participating in reports. For example, last year, we engaged in writing the reports of African Charter concerning the welfare of the child. That's all. Also, children in Tanzania, we are facing different challenges, and my fellows will explain the challenges which we are facing.
Hi, my name is Sarafina from Tanzania. I will explain the challenge facing the participation of church. First, we have lack of basic needs. Children are lost basic needs such as food, shelters, and others. They fail to participate in different matters because they have no basic needs. And we know that basic needs for children is so important. So when a child can get basic needs, can participate all the matters and the issues about him or her. Second is poor government support. Our government